Hello, welcome to game 2 of 52 Game Pickup. Today's game is Cupid, which is by Fervent Studio. It's a visual novel style game, so more of a book than a game technically, but I figured I'd review it anyway because I played it through. It is set in 18th century France. You follow the story of Rosa, who's the main protagonist. She's a very shy type person, but she's clearly got some background issues and whatnot. You start the game in a church, and she does some really weird stuff, but I'm not going to spoil it. Basically, she's got a dark background, and this is going to almost be resolved throughout the story. She befriends a musical protege named Catherine at a party which is held by a marquis. He wants Catherine to play there, and she just really Rosa likes the marquis, so she goes there and they all become friends for whatever reason, and Catherine demands that her father allows Rosa to come live with them because I suppose she's a bit lonely being the protege, and everyone thinking she's a bit of a brat. Sinister events start to unfold though, and it sort of fast forwards, I don't know if it's 10 years or something, but basically you see something happen to Catherine, and it all goes a bit wrong really, and you play really as the mother of Rosa throughout the game, and you get multiple choices on what to tell Rosa to do. Really and truly, sometimes they feel a bit of a trap because it'll say something quite nice, and then what comes out is not always the nicest thing. But I think that's one of the charms of this game. It doesn't hold your hand with those choices, kind of tricks you, so you make different choices regardless. The characters themselves, Rosa was a little bit frustrating really, because she is so shy, and sometimes you just want her to shout at someone or just pull herself together a bit. And she tends to apologise a lot, which is really annoying, and even the other characters are getting annoyed by it. But she's very vulnerable, and I felt quite protective of her. Other than the marquis, basically everyone else is pretty straightforward. Catherine is stubborn, and she wears a heart on her sleeve, so you know something's going to happen to her regardless. The marquis was a bit of a surprise to me. At first I thought he was just going to be, this general nice guy, and he was very straightforward as well, but it all unravels really. He's got a really complex character, and that's what grips you in this game, I think. As I got further in, I felt almost like really attached to the characters, and as much as you don't get to play the game, really, does that make sense? You don't get to play the game, you don't get to make the choices, they're kind of made for you. The strengths in this game really are the exquisite music, and it really creates emotion and atmosphere. I hate overusing the word atmosphere, but it really does. It brings the game together, and with a visual novel, obviously you haven't got very many gameplay mechanics, so you just kind of have to build up how good the game is through the way it looks and the way it feels. And the music adds attachment to the characters, because you feel like Catherine is this amazing person who can create this beautiful music and is full of soul, even though when she talks you're kind of feeling like she's a bit of a brat. The art style was really gentle and quite impressive throughout actually. I found it really enjoyable to just watch what was happening, because it was almost like looking through a graphic novel rather than just, trying to make impressive CG detailing and graphics. They kept it 2D, as most visual novels are, I believe. There really weren't many interactive points, as I said, so when you use the controls it's going to be simple. If you want to play this game, you're literally just going to have to click one of two choices of speech. The way that this was multiple choice rather than actual doing actions, even less interactive than the last game I played. It's not even a point and click, it's usually just choosing the speech. This is a great way to encapsulate the old adventure books where you could choose where you'd go, and you'd choose your choice and it would tell you the page number to go to, and that really brought back quite a lot of nostalgia from old books and games before the time of video games and whatnot. There are a handful of endings on this as well, so your choices really do matter, and I think there's 4 endings and one bonus one as well. Overall, I'd say this game was probably gameplay, I'd say, 2 or 3 out of 10 because you don't really play it. Whereas story, I'd say a solid 9 out of 10. I really enjoyed the ending that I got. It felt really dark and mysterious, and it took me by surprise what was going on. And for a story that's based around love, it had some really philosophical points, and I think for the price, it's free. It's free on Steam, so definitely go get it. Anyway, that's it for this video, and I hope you'll click like and subscribe if you enjoyed it. I know I waffled on in this one. I'm trying to get better at this. Anyway, take care. Bye.